What's up, guys? Travis, Road Alliance Customs. Today we're working on the Ford Hot Rod again, putting some headers on, modifying some Speedway headers to fit. Because I am too cheap and too broke to buy the tubing and flanges. It's apparently cheaper to buy a cheap set of headers than it is to buy all the parts. Let's get into it. I need to start bolting stuff down. So I got the bolt kit for this intake. So right now I'm gonna put those in. Okay, so I need to pretty much tweak this main pipe over so it shoots in not at the frame rail. So I'm gonna cut this pipe, and I'm gonna give this one a notch and see if I can't bend the whole thing into where it's supposed to be. And then I'll weld these back on. So I think I'm just going to cut these right at the flanges. So I'm pretty much turning ready to go headers into a DIY kit because I'm going to have to hack these things up. The other side too, because it's like not even close to fitting. I might have to move my steering box also. I don't know. Trial and error. First time doing this. Bound to have to do something twice. So I get this in here. It'll fit good. I got clearance there. I'm gonna have to trim a little bit more off of this. But when this is flat, it's still kind of aiming at the frame rail, so I need to bring it in like that. So that means I still need to put a relief on this end. On this first tube here, I need to give a cut right here so I can tweak that in. So let's do that. Hopefully that little 1/16 of an inch will translate to much more back there. What else? We'll see. Let's bolt this side on so we can see if that'll be able to tweak it enough. I think that's going to give us enough. I gotta get the flanges bolted on the block and then see how much I need to cut off. Alright, so the thing I didn't account for is the gasket, which is 80 thou. So I think I'm going to take that much out of these two. I'll take like 400 thou out of this one, a little less out of that one, and see how well that transfers. 400 thou. Let's go 375 to be safe. I'm not even going to be that accurate anyway. Holy shit. 375 is a lot, so let's is that going to be right? We'll find out. Now let's go 200. That seems like a lot. 250. Actually, but then you got the gasket. Guesswork, man. 300. Now you machinists might be cringing, but this is the only use for this. Marking. Okay, now that I got everything kind of where I want it, I'm going to clean everything up and then tack it in place. unscrewing 2 bolts. What am I, an idiot? Oh, dummy. Alright, let's get the welder. Alright, so I got this all set. Don't mind the dogs fighting in the background. They're okay. So here it is, all welded up. Got it to dump out exactly where I wanted it to, which is nice. That's the first side. Now, on to the next. Okay, now we're on this driver's side. The headache. So we're trying to fit this somehow in that space. There is no room. I might have to go around somehow. Cut a brand new header. I don't care. I don't care. I'm cool. Alright, now I got this ugly piece. I'm gonna need to patch these because, you know, I can't just have open holes at the bottom of my manifold. Let's get a gasket. This one I know I don't need to modify. This angle should stay like this. So let's put him here. Well, this is where I want it. I must have done something wrong with this steering box because it is totally in the way. Yeah, this long silence is me stumped. Stumped. Okay, so I found 390s. One has a little curve on the end of it for patching my exhaust. Elbow. Come on, really? The compressor has to kick on. I want to see if I can use this elbow to connect this with my front tube. Alright, I gotta tack this piece on here. I'm gonna do it on the bench. That's gonna be the start of that. And then I will throw this piece that we cut out backwards, right like that. So I got this tacked up here. Kind of go on the block like that, swoop up and meet that other piece. Let me clean off that longer piece and we'll get that tacked on too. Alright, so yeah, that's kind of perfect. Let's touch this a little bit. That's just because my dipstick's tube is kind of loose anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. We could probably fix the dipstick tube, push it up a little bit, give it a tack. I'm probably gonna have to cut this flange off, bolt it up, and stick a little piece in there. And this back one, I don't even know what I gotta do. It's gonna be a little crazy. So if I made this out of a piece of straight instead of a curved piece, I really don't need it to be a curved piece. If it was a straight piece, I gotta find out if this pipe is going through the center of where this pipe is coming out of. It's really hard to tell with this frame there, but to be honest with you, I think it is. Alright, here's my JMR notcher, as you see me use before. This is the clamp. I'm going to notch the end of this pipe in the center. I'm going to cut it off real small like I need to, and see if it works. If not, I just hole saw again, make another notch, offset, because I can move this up and down and offset where the hole goes. I'll offset a little bit as much as I need to, and that's going to be that. That's how I'm going to do it. Let's get rocking and rolling. Got it. All right. Here's this beautiful piece. It's going to sit on that pipe like that and hopefully weld to that flange. All right, second piece. That's perfect. I think I want to tack it on the motor. So I'd bring my welding stuff over here and oopsies. And yeah, what am I saying? Put my welding stuff over here and what, Travis? Tack it real good. I'll tack it while it's on here, and then I think I'm gonna run a 1.5 inch hole saw into this tube before I tack it to the flange. Alright, we got our exhaust this way, this much done. Let's bolt it on and see how it looks so far, and try and map out that last pipe. Alright, so far this fits pretty good. Everything's got clearance the way I want it. The tricky part is going to be getting a pipe to fit into that flange. So let me cut the flange off first, and we'll bolt it on like we did with this one, and just start from there. let's see if I can take this off without ruining anything. Just kind of let that cool down. Here's how it's looking so far. I need to fill that gap, that big honking gap. Fill that. Need to cut out where the air is going to go in. The exhaust is going to go into the exhaust. Also have to put a mating piece here, which is, I'll just cut it out of a piece of pipe. Might actually be kind of like that. It's where the steering column's gonna go. It's pretty restrictive, but what Flathead isn't restrictive? Okay, so this hunk of junk fits. I'm gonna weld this as much as I can. See that little notch there? Woo! Look at that. Look at the restrictive airflow. Sick. I'm gonna weld this as much as I can because I have this gaping hole in the back. So I'm gonna weld the close part as much as I can. And then once that's solid and this flange isn't gonna move anywhere, I'll hammer this down to fit. Hopefully it'll work out. But I'm just gonna tack it because I don't want to fully weld anything again and have catastrophe. So alright, let's see if we can get that in the sun. Little crazy looking with the patches, but you know, it'll get done. The notch for that, you know, for a scab job, I'm pretty happy with it. It'll get it running, it'll clear the steering, it'll do exactly what I need it to do. So let's put it on. If I'm in the way, just tell me. Alright, so I finally finished the headers on both sides. As you can see down there, it's on. There's one Allen key I can't really get to, but I just need to cut down an Allen bolt I can't get to. I just need to cut down an Allen key and I should be able to fit it. But here's what it looks like. The pipe shooting right out in the middle there. And same with this side, right where I want it. Now I just have to go through and make sure all the bolts are tight and see if we can get this thing started one of these days.